Me. So, hi and welcome to the Not Your Typical Intermittent Fasting Challenge. Just a few words about what intermittent fasting is. It's basically taking a pause between eating periods, and most people already do this between dinner and breakfast, right? A lot of us, we have to sleep, so we're not eating for a certain period of time at nighttime. Intermittent fasting is a way to experiment with making that pause bigger and a way to give your body more of a healing time. What happens during intermittent fasting is that our digestion gets a chance to reset. With a, for example, with a 24-hour fast, your entire gut lining gets recreated. You get new cells, so it can be a really powerful gut healing modality. It allows the body to clear out diseased and damaged tissues and through a process called autophagy. And it's also known to reduce inflammation and improve blood pressure. It can have many healing effects on the body if approached in a mindful way. Um, I personally stayed away from intermittent fasting for a long time because I thought it was trendy. It was trendy and everybody was doing it and their neighbor. And I usually stay away from things that are really trendy. But as I started learning more about it and the amazing healing effects that can happen with giving our bodies just a rest from food occasionally, in a mindful way, I got really hooked. I got a stack of books from the library and just really dove deep into it. And it was one of the tools that I used to help me to release 70 pounds in just a few months. It was one of the things that helped me. So it can be really good for helping to let go of weight if that's something that you're working on. So why is this challenge not typical? As we talked about in the beginning, we will be exploring intermittent fasting, but we're also creating a framework of support for ourselves, of emotional, mental support to be able to attain whatever health and wellness goals feel most important to you at this moment. So on day one, I just make it really clear that we're not changing anything about what we're eating or how we're eating on day one. We're just setting the framework for having a successful experience and exploration of intermittent fasting. So that's step one. Change nothing about what you're doing, what you're eating, or how you're eating. Step two is I want you to think about 2 to 3 health and wellness goals that are important to you right now. And you want to be as specific as possible. Maybe it's so if it's balancing your hormones, think about how specifically you want to feel in your body. Is it having more energy? Is it being able to sleep better? Um, if you want to release weight, include what your ideal weight would be and how you might feel in a body that feels fitter to you. If you want to have more energy, share what you'll be doing and how you will feel with all the extra energy. So these are just some examples of how you can be specific. Um, yeah, and if you want to be fit, like how is your body going to look and feel? Strong, capable. Um so try to be as specific as possible. I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes to just write down whatever health and wellness goals are living for you in the moment. Another 30 seconds. So just starting to wrap up your thoughts, and you can always come back to this. Yeah, and remember these can change as you go, but these are the ones that are most present, most living for you right now. Um, a big one for me when I started on this journey was to let go of my really pregnant looking belly. Because that, just to be totally frank and open with you guys, I was just getting that like comments about it everywhere I went. Like I hope it's a girl. And it was due to endometriosis and digestive issues, along with this, extra 70 pounds that I was carrying. All those things together just made me look really pregnant. So that was my my big goal was to not look pregnant. I wanted to feel fit, I wanted to feel light, and I wanted to dance more. Those were kind of specific things. And now, my goals have changed. Now it's more about like building muscle because I wanna build, maintain, preserve muscle. Um, so yeah, your goals will change as you grow and as you accomplish them. Um, these are living things, but having those really clear can help you as you go. They're part of your motivation, part of your why it's important for you to be healthy and energetic. Um, so the other step, step three, that's part of day one, is doing a food and mood journal. And I call this piece tracking your data. It's really important to be non-judgmental as you do this, but just to develop awareness and mindfulness around your eating patterns. That's it. That's the only thing that this is for. It's not, um, yeah, it's not to shift anything at this point. It's just to develop awareness. So start writing down everything that you're eating, whether it's food or non-water drinks, and then also how you were feeling while you're eating them. So this is food and mood. Um, it can be in a simple notebook or a fancy journal. That's totally your choice. And it's good to write down the time you're eating as well, so that you get to know what your eating patterns look like. You get to develop awareness around that. So no calorie counting, um, unless it's already part of your practice. If that's something you already do, that's fine, but you don't need to calorie count. You don't even need to include like very specific amounts. It can be just like a bowl of veggies or soup or a handful of chips or a few raisins. It's just, yeah, you don't want to stress about super specific amounts. The most important thing is just to write it down. It's just you're like a scientist documenting the data completely objectively as much as you can, not worrying about, oh, well, maybe it's too much. Just letting it be. Like this is what I feel like eating. I'm just gonna write it down. Um, and then there is a video in day one that you can check out. I'm not gonna play it here because I want to make sure that we have time to go over everything. Um, but that's basically day one. You want to just have your goals, which you already have, and then start tracking your data. And you can do this at your next meal, or you can do this starting tomorrow. If you don't want to start anything today, it's totally fine. You can do it starting tomorrow. Um, and then this can also evolve into your fasting journal. So as you start to explore fasting, you can write down like the amount of time that you're experimenting with and how you're feeling. And you can use that as a tool to help you to figure out what is your ideal fasting pattern, like what kind of period feels good to you. So it's a food and mood journal that can become a fasting journal as well as we go. So that's all from day one. And then day two, we're going to take our health goals and then turn them into positive affirmations as if you've already achieved them. Um, and you're always welcome to post any of these things in the Thrive community as well to get extra support, or just to share with the community. You can share your goals, you can share your affirmations. Um, So, for example, if your health goal is to lose weight, your affirmation can be, I'm grateful to be at my ideal weight of whatever your ideal weight is. My body is fit, strong, and vibrant. If your goal is to have more energy, this can turn into, I'm thrilled and excited to have all the energy I need for everything I want to do and more. So we're going to take a few minutes to then take your goals that you started with in the on day one and turn them into positive affirmations as if you've already achieved them. Bonus is adding how you feel because you've achieved your goal. So you could say like I'm so proud or I'm so excited. I'm so thrilled. Whatever your feeling is. So we'll take 2 minutes to just transform your goals into positive affirmations as if you've already achieved them. Does this make sense? Maybe just give me a thumbs up, or if it doesn't, we can go over it more. Yes. Okay, good. Okay, so 2 minutes to write down your affirmations.
How many do you suggest um we try to keep it to? Is it kind of just from step two, if I had like three things written down for goals, then it would just be three affirmations. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'd say yeah, don't do any more than three, but I think three is totally fine, two or three. And maybe consider choosing the one that feels like the most compelling to you. That could be something you do as well, but it's totally okay to have a few different goals. You just don't want it to feel overwhelming. And if it does, just kind of pick the one that feels most compelling to you right now. And just another 30 seconds. So finishing up your thoughts, and you can always come back to this later. This is like your launching point. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep going because I want to make sure that we finish everything because I know we have our movies to thrive coming up too. So step two from day two is add more water to your day. Um, an extra glass or two could make a big difference. If you have a water bottle you can carry around with you, that's also a good idea. Not drinking enough water can impact us in multiple negative ways, and it's also detrimental to weight loss if that's one of your goals. Our body can sometimes tell us that we're hungry when what we really need is extra water. And if we have too much salt in our blood and not enough water, it actually raises our insulin and blood sugar and forces our body to make extra fat, um, which is fascinating. There's an article about it in day two in the classroom, which you can check out when you have time. But yeah, I learned in an interview that our body starts to think that we're dehydrated if we have too much salt in our blood and not enough water. And the most efficient place for the body to store water is actually fat. So the body says, "Oh, I'm dehydrated. I need to make extra fat so that I have enough water." So Yeah, drinking enough water is really important. There is an online calculator that you can check out in day two in the classroom, and that can help you to figure out what your optimal water intake is. So you can check that out when you have a chance. Um, but yeah, just thinking about can you add like 2 to 3 more glasses than what you're already intaking? And if you'll know for yourself, like if you're drinking throughout the day and if you feel like you're drinking a lot, you may not need to do this, but this can really help just to make sure that you're hydrated enough. And it's also really important for fasting because it helps to keep things moving and keep things cleared out as your body is healing because you don't want things to kind of get stuck in there. The water helps to keep things moving. Um, and then step three is checking in with yourself. At least 3 times a day, ideally 5 to 7 times a day, with just two simple questions. And the questions are, how do I feel and what do I need? And we're going to take a minute to do this, but I'll read you guys this section. For those of us who struggle with sustainable weight loss, emotional eating is often a piece of the puzzle. If we connect with ourselves frequently throughout the day and take time to really meet our deep needs, this simple practice can help prevent the need to turn to food to try to meet other needs later. For example, if you're feeling sad or lonely, you could call a friend or just spend a few minutes feeling that loneliness and connecting with your heart until it passes. If you feel tired, maybe it's possible to lay down for a few minutes for a quick reset or take a nap or just do some breath work that can help you to feel more energized and have a reset. Taking a few deep breaths can help give you more energy. If you're feeling angry, is there a boundary you might need to set with someone? Or maybe write an angry letter that you never actually send to get your feelings out. So, we're going to take a few minutes right now to just connect with yourself and just ask yourself within, and you can write this down if you want, if you like journaling. Um, you can write, I feel, and just write down anything that comes to mind, or just allow yourself to do that in your own headspace. So just relaxing, allowing your body to just relax and settle into this moment. Maybe rolling your shoulders up and back, allowing your heart to be open, and just checking in with yourself. How do I feel? How do I feel right now? And there might be a few different feelings that bubble up. Usually, if you give it a minute, one or two of those feelings will become a lot more prominent. So just allowing yourself to ask the question, how do I feel? And then allowing yourself to ask the question, what do I need? Considering your feeling, whatever feeling is percolating up to the surface, what are you needing? And maybe it's something you can do right now for yourself, like feeling that feeling, or maybe it's something you need to do later. But allowing yourself to just ask, what do I need? What is going to support you?